Hey Cougars, it is Mr. Franklin, and this is your weekly overview video for the week of January 18th. Some things I want to point out to you is I've restructured how I'm laying out the course. Hopefully it'll flow better. I will be asking for your feedback and your thoughts as we continue to progress through our class. I want to make sure it is the most efficient it can be for your learning. So first thing for this week, you're going to have, there is an update to your Chromebook. I've put the 2 live session Pear Deck links up at the very top. Okay, so if you're a Thursday person, you'll have your live session 1 on Tuesday and your live session 2 on Thursday. If you're a Wednesday person, you'll have your live session on Wednesday and your live session on Friday. On Monday, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so no school. Next, on Tuesday is our first day of school for this week, so we will start with our weekly agenda. So the weekly agenda for this week looks much like our Canvas course, but it lays out when things are due. Please note that there is a day that we tell you to do it, and then sometimes there's going to be a due date that might be the next day, and part of that's to give you some time to work on it. So please, as you're working through this, that you do it on the day it's assigned. It will be helpful to you. Then you're going to do your weekly plan. So some of you, I gave you feedback last week on your planner. Just know that I do read those and I'm going to continue to give you feedback. The more specific you can be, the better. The more it looks like a calendar planner and that kind of a thing, because some of you are doing it by hand on paper, which is fine, but it needs to be specific and not some general thing where I do physics on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's not good enough. You need to put your assignments down. And then here is the rubric for it. So you should always start your week off that way, plan your week. And then we have how to. So some of these are how to pages. You should watch those. You should not skip anything. You should go through everything, okay? And just note that just because it's an assignment doesn't mean it's not important. So please make sure you're clicking on these and watching. If it does not tell you to take notes, you don't have to, but you are certainly welcome to, okay? So you have how to find median, mean, median, and mode. And then you're going to have an assignment where you're going to practice finding averages, finding mean, median, and mode, because it ties into our graphing from last week. And we're going to use it quite a bit for analyzing information. Then there's a discussion post on scientific thinking. Please read through that. We will have notes on experimental design, which oftentimes in class, teachers will just give you an experiment and you don't really think about how is it put together. Well, we're going to try to lean more into you being the scientist. You are going to design your own experiment. And so this is going to be really helpful as we go forward in talking about our science. You're going to practice doing some experimental design. Please note on this, the problems are right here. You have problem number 1, and then you have problem number 2, and you have problem number 3. And then the next thing I really want to point out is there is a discussion, and there's no instructions because it's the discussion that you are welcome to use to discuss with your classmates your thinking from the previous assignment. So as you're working through this, you may have some questions or some problems with figuring out how to do it. So this discussion board is where you can ask your classmates for help, okay? So I just ask that you use complete sentences, that as you read other people's responses and reply to those, that you be respectful, and most importantly, that we help each other out and that we're learning. So if someone's asking a question and we just give the answer, that's not really helpful. So explaining why that's the answer is very helpful. So make sure that you're doing that appropriately. And so we have a how-to on textbook time, and you're going to read your first textbook. And all of the links are actually in the document. So when you make your copy of the document, make sure you put your name. So Franklin, okay. And then it tells you read everything down to the Explorer section and stop. Do not watch the Explore More video. Okay, so if you follow those directions, then when you click on the chapter itself, you read that down to that section, and then you can come down and you can answer the questions about that section. Okay, so read carefully. It is certainly okay if you watch the extra video, but I'm just trying to help you save time. But here at the top, it does say do watch the video. Okay, so just read carefully because some you do want to watch and some you do not need to watch. And then you'll have our first set of notes on gradient sort. It's about fact theory law. So you'll watch the video. Or so here's your notes. So make sure you do your prediction. Write your two predictions, your two questions. Here are the key terms that are in the notes. Here's the diagram I want you to draw and label. And then these are the concepts that you should get, and then also write your summary. And here's the video itself. But there is a set of slides here for you to practice with. When you get to this and it's your turn and you get to this part of the video, you can actually manipulate these and move these around, and you can practice while you're watching the video. Okay, that's for you to practice, but you're still going to take notes on everything that's in the video. It will be based on this rubric for your notes. Then you'll have a homework set of homework where you actually do a couple of sorts with something new, and you're going to sort facts, theories, and laws and figure out which ones are good facts, which ones are good theories, good laws, etc. Quiz is not on here. I got to fix that. So you'll have a quiz and a weekly reflection. Don't forget to do those as well. So one thing I just want to remind you is I said that I was going to do an at home and a live section. What I've decided to do is just assign work and you just do it on the day it's assigned, whether you're in class or not. I'm going to try to give you as much time in class to get work done. So the live sessions are mainly going to be places where I can hit a couple of high points that I'm getting questions about and review maybe a couple of things. But everything you should need to accomplish the work for this week should be in a video or in a text somewhere in this assignment, okay? So the live sessions will be primarily to address class-wide questions about grades and things like that, and maybe hit a couple of high points, but then it's gonna be work time where I'm available to answer questions directly. They are still mandatory, okay? It's part of your attendance. The Pear Decks will be worth points for class, so they are going to be an assignment, but I'm gonna try to keep it very minimal so that you have time to work. And the assignments, whatever you're assigned on Tuesday, do that on Tuesday. Whatever you're assigned on Wednesday, do that on Wednesday. Okay, so that concludes this video. I wish you a great week and hope you have a great 3-day weekend.